So, Dan, you just heard Robert Bates apologize for the deadly shooting. Actually, the way he said it was rather interesting. He said this is the second worst thing. Then he corrected himself and said, no, it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But he said the first thing I want to do is apologize to the family. Do they accept his apology?
Aaron, the family does accept Mr. Bates' apology. However, the apology from Mr. Bates isn't going to bring Eric back. What this family is seeking and what they've been seeking all week and over the last several weeks is just that the truth come out.
And when you say the truth, there's several levels of this, and one of the levels is, was he qualified to be on the streets? He says in this interview, and he said, his lawyer said this to me last night, very aggressively, making the case that all his records are accurate. They're in record, that he was completely qualified to be there. But you say that's not the case.
It's not just me saying that that's not the case. It's 5 credible sources that I believe work still within the Sheriff's Department. And with respect to Mr. Brewster's statements regarding the lack of credibility of the affidavit, I mean, his point is that, look, Mr. Crittenden is in jail on a homicide charge, so he can't be believed. Well, Mr. Bates is also charged with a homicide. Is he saying that we can't listen to what Mr. Bates is saying because he's got a homicide charge?
It's an interesting point, and he did say this last night. He dismissed the credibility of the anonymous sources because he said one of those men is in jail. But you're saying not only do you not agree with that, the questioning of one of your sources, you're saying you have 4 additional people. So 5 in total, one of whom happens to be in jail on this charge, but 5 of whom are saying these records are falsified?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Bates today spoke about what led up to this deadly incident, and I wanted to let you hear him give his version of what actually happened. Here he is.
And I was actually parked down the street at a Sinclair station several blocks away from where the activity took place. In other words, the drug buy of dope and the gun purchased. He decided to bolt from the undercover's truck and run, and he came to me.
So this is the point that they're making. Both of his attorneys have made this point to me in the past couple of days. They say he wasn't actually there, that he wasn't on a live sting operation. He was a few blocks away, and that your client basically ran into him and caused this to happen.
Aaron, I think that anyone can look at the statement that Mr. Bates signs the 4 or 5 days after the shooting and see Mr. Bates' statement where he indicates he was in the tactical briefing that morning. He called the night before the briefing to ask what was on that day's itinerary. This doesn't seem like an individual who was just in the neighborhood at the Sinclair gas station.
So what do you want to happen here? You've said the family accepts his apology, which sounds like you believe him when he says this was an accident. He didn't mean to do it. What do you want to happen? What is justice here?
I'm not insinuating that we believe that Mr. Bates' version of what happened is the truth. My client's family has accepted his apology because they're forgiving people. They believe in forgiveness, but they believe that the truth absolutely has to come out. And that's what they intend to do. They intend to investigate this claim to the fullest to see what potential claims there are.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and it's good to talk to you.